Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So it's New Year's Eve, the last day of 2019, and the next decade is upon us, and yet the crypto market isn't really showing anything special. Bitcoin right now trading at 72.80, Ethereum at 132, and XRP 0.193. Just over 19 cents. And guys, there isn't much happening in the space. You know, we have seen past holiday season activity in the crypto space going crazy. And then, you know, some years it just isn't. This is Bitcoin on the daily. And as you guys can see, not much happening here. Small candlesticks, and the same is reflected for XRP. If I bring that up here, again, same thing, small candlesticks, not a lot of movement, not a lot of volume. And so we're really going to need that catalyst to bring the market up. And what will that be? Well, Bitcoin, a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin hitting this level of resistance here. And, you know, this is kind of the launching off point. There's only so much time where buyers and sellers will be happy trading at this price before those numbers go out of whack and there will be too many sellers and not enough buyers. The price could go down, or vice versa. Too many buyers, not enough sellers, and price will go up. This will get tiresome after a while. So we just got to keep an eye on that. And of course, as of this moment in time, Bitcoin is still the heart of the market and will bring the rest of the cryptocurrency market up with it, no matter what it does. Guys, I saw this on Twitter from XRP Thunder at XRP Thunder on Twitter. And you guys got to remember, despite these low prices, we got to keep our eye on the prize, okay? So he writes this: "This is how close we are, chaps. Even exchanges are sending out emails trying to get weak hands to close out." Okay, and so this from Kraken, okay, he screen grabbed this message from Kraken. Let's be honest, nobody likes paying taxes. Okay, this is the message from Kraken. This is how it goes. "When we file our returns, it reminds us that a good-sized chunk of our hard-earned money goes to the government, and if we overpay, we have to wait around for a refund. Fortunately, there is a way that you can reduce some of that agita that comes with tax day and perhaps some of the sting that came from an underperforming asset by leveraging your crypto holdings." You see where Kraken is going with this, okay? And by the way, why does Kraken have any opinion on what you do in your cryptocurrency? Okay, it can be done with a strategy called crypto tax loss harvesting, and the clock is ticking. What is crypto tax loss harvesting? Well, it sounds complicated, and like it may solve some, I guess I'm missing a line here. Loss harvesting is actually very simple. It involves disposing of a crypto asset at a loss. This transaction, see examples below, creates a taxable loss that can offset gains and in some cases ordinary income. So guys, this is exactly what Wall Street people do, investors. Come tax season, they take their stocks that are losing performers and sell them at a loss, because then it goes against their taxes, it goes against their gains, and they pay less taxes. So this is indeed what Kraken is telling people, is sending out emails clearly to get people to sell their cryptocurrencies. Now, why would they do that? Okay, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Why would Kraken care what you do with your cryptocurrencies? They are an exchange. They are not the government. They are not a tax attorney. They are not your accountant. They are just an exchange. I mean, maybe it's a tactic for you to sell so that they can make the commission fees off your sales. I don't know. It's one possibility, but I like XRP Thunder's explanation here, trying to shake out the weak hands at any chance they get. Guys, I saw this from AMB Crypto. RippleNet partner Wirex partners with I2C to introduce multi-currency travel card. And we know Wirex is a partner of RippleNet. Ripple has taken the adoption of XRP to a new technological level by making it a part of its services. The use of Ripple's platform has resulted in increasing trust from financial institutions as well as the adoption of XRP. However, as the community waited to see an upward push in the digital assets price, XRP met new lows in 2019. The community has been battling between the price and technology, but Ripple and its developers have maintained focus on the tech business. And so recently, RippleNet partner Wirex announced a partnership with I2C in order to introduce a multi-currency travel card for customers in the Asia Pacific region. And so we're finding that, you know, in the Asia Pacific region, more of this cryptocurrency clarity has been resolved. So there is more going on there right now just because they have the regulatory clarity. They can see the path. They know what they're doing with cryptocurrencies. The West right now is lagging, but eventually we will follow. This will allow people to transact with convenience across 150 traditional currencies. Wirex has managed to process over 2.6 billion in transactions across 130 130 currencies. According to its CEO Pavel Matveev, he says Wirex partnered with I2C because it has extensive experience with multi-currency wallets, is the only processor that can integrate both crypto and traditional currencies on a single platform, and has consistently delivered an effective and reliable service. As Wirex is part of RippleNet and is using its technology and XRP, this partnership might open new gates for the digital asset. So, another push for XRP adoption. Wirex obviously partnering with I2C, expanding that use case. That's looking really great. I've always wanted to get a Wirex or something similar card. I know that they have credit cards in the UK. They don't have them where I am. Nevertheless, I'm sure once we see this cryptocurrency regulation come in, we will see multiple companies promoting their brands, promoting their products, their new cryptocurrency credit cards, and you can get, Bitcoin as a reward, and you can, get Bitcoin points, maybe XRP points, something along those lines. I'm sure we'll start to see a flurry of that come in eventually. Ripple exec, okay, this again from A&B Crypto, says the Asian economies may continue leading payments innovation. This is what I just said. Regulators in the Asia Pacific region have already come to conclusions on how they are going to regulate cryptocurrency. And so are we going to follow their lead? Because they are leading payments innovation. So this from Marcus Treacher, and Marcus Treacher was interviewed by FinTech Magazine, and this is his view on 2020. Here's a quote: "This trend will accelerate in 2020 as customers' demand for frictionless on-demand payments grows, enabling solutions like interledger and distributed ledger technologies to gain traction and scale up." The SVP warned that as the costs associated with running and developing rise, banks might turn to cloud providers of banking technology to reduce costs. In such a case, cloud services like 10x and Thought Machine might have an edge. Treacher explained, because cloud hosting banking technology providers have developed new platforms with modern methods, they are ideally placed to easily and cheaply plug into emerging blockchain networks. Okay, guys, interoperability, part of the name of the game. This is where I think Ripple will really thrive because of its interoperable interface. We will see that a lot of these banks, whether directly or indirectly, will be using RippleNet in some way, shape, or form. AI engines and other categories of fintech finalizes this quote here. Treacher's observation of 80% volume in digital assets trading coming from Asia back the region's interest in innovation, with Treacher also noting the need for a better payments infrastructure. Treacher concluded with another prediction for 2020, stating that like 2019, Asian economies in payments innovation might outpace the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development economies. So really interesting. Asia obviously taking the lead on this, and they have been since the beginning. Again, we need regulatory clarity here. Governments, pull up your socks. What are you doing? We don't want to be left behind. Let's continue to push forward so that we can be part of this digital economy as well. And guys, I don't know if you saw this little clip here. I saw this floating around on Twitter. This is Vice on HBO, Inside the Cryptocurrency Revolution. And this video here, so it was originally tweeted, I don't know who I saw it from originally, but XRP_Canada sent it to me as well. A geopolitical blockchain race is happening behind closed doors, but if you look carefully enough, it's right in front of our eyes. And this video particularly has to do with Russia and Ethereum. But, it brings up a good point because of all the information that we know. China, he writes here, BTC equals China, Ethereum equals Russia, XRP equals the USA. Every country has their sight on what cryptocurrency they prefer over the other, and we know there's a lot of mining going on for Bitcoin in China. Russia's got their hero, Vitalik Buterin, who created Ethereum, a Russian-Canadian kid who they want to reclaim as their own. This video profiles him and his, not really going into too much depth on much. I mean, it's only a 13-minute video, but it kind of gives you, if you don't know too much about Ethereum, it kind of gives you a bit of an inside scoop on how Russia is cozying up and warming up to Ethereum and Vitalik. And XRP equals USA. Well, we know that we've seen many connections with regards to Ripple, connecting with prominent government officials in the US. American banks have already looked at RippleNet, but we know, regulatory clarity is that big thing. So will we see that push once we see regulatory clarity pass or come clear for that matter? I think a lot of this is, this massive jigsaw puzzle, and so many pieces need to be put together before we start seeing the bigger picture more clearly. A great little video here, guys. I will link this tweet in the description. This is only 13 minutes long. It's worth a watch if you're interested in cryptocurrencies. And guys, finally, this from the Daily Hodl. Okay, Ripple executive defends XRP sales, which have reportedly reached 1.2 billion since 2016. And so people keep ragging on XRP. It's an underperformer. It's a garbage coin. It's a scam. It's been used to fund Ripple's mandate. But David Schwartz retaliates, setting these guys straight. So this Peter Todd, and he says this: XRP, like almost all ICO coins, doesn't need to exist and gives you no real rights to anything. Its purpose is to make Ripple money by selling it to suckers. Well, David Schwartz responded to a similar tweet down here. Nobody buys XRP to give Ripple money to do things. We were VC angel funded and we're going to build regardless. We started selling XRP only after there was a market price and for negligible amounts compared to other funding. So this just goes to show you, Ripple is not making money, or at least not making the kinds of money that some people think they're making off XRP sales. This is not how they're doing business, okay? They're licensing software. They are venture capital funded. This is millions and millions of dollars invested from, and we've talked about this. Andreessen Horowitz, Google, to just name a couple of companies who have invested in Ripple over the years. So the fact that these people go out on Twitter and, try to kind of give their smug little smarmy 2 cents, Peter Todd, so on and so forth, it's kind of a little misleading. Mike Dudas down here, total Ripple equity funding, 294 million, total Ripple XRP sales, 1.2 billion, yet XRP sales are negligible amounts compared to other funding. Per CTO Joel Katz, who is David Schwartz, of course, this bald-faced dishonesty and revisionist history of this company's leadership are utterly breathtaking. Mike Dudas is probably a Bitcoin maximalist. I don't know, though. I didn't do my research on that. I'm just speculating on that. You guys can look these guys up. David Schwartz puts this guy in the corner. He claims Mike Dudas mischaracterized his argument. He says the key word in your tweet is R, which you deliberately added to change the context of what I said. I invite everyone to read the context and see who is dishonest. The context is even clear from what you kept. We started selling XRP for negligible amounts, but keep lying to your followers while we keep building and growing. Boom goes the dynamite. David Schwartz really telling it like it is. And you know what? I find it great that, he doesn't have to go out here and do this. He just does it because he believes in the company. And I feel he has a true loyalty, to what he's created and what he's built, what Ripple has built over time. David Schwartz is a stand-up guy. If I were to ever run such a big company, I'd want this guy on board. He is amazing for Ripple, amazing for XRP. And he's just a great spokesperson. He's a great speaker. He's smart. He's got everything going for him. Larry Cermak on here writes, my question to you, Joel Katz, is how much of Ripple's revenue in 2019 was from sales of XRP versus from selling software to banks? I'm guessing 95% plus from XRP sales. It will eventually start catching up to you. David Schwartz just responds, I wish I could disclose more about that side of the business, but that's not my decision. Of course, NDAs, doesn't want to get jabbed for this. So David Schwartz defending the company man, defending Ripple, defending XRP, setting these people straight, these people who really have no idea what they're talking about. And guys, it is December 31st, 2019. This from Nick Foong at Nick168FNG. May 2020 be the year where all your dreams come true as a new decade unfolds. Happy New Year, y'all. I couldn't have said it better myself. So to everybody out there, I'm wishing you a Happy New Year as well from Working Money Channel. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the new year, guys.